right, how weird is this? Season
Feels
2.
weird.
It's weird. Check the mic.
Let's go.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Chookers.
Chookers.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, friends, and hello, foes, and welcome to the trailer for season 2
That's
of the
right.
Comedinons. My name's Josh, and joined to me as always, he's the man with a fun fact about a plant. It's Jono. How's it going, man?
Oh, my fun fact about a plant. Well, the plant that we're sitting in front of.
I mean, what's this one? Do you remember what it was called?
I think it's called. Oh, that's reasonably priced at Bunnings, so I'm going to get it because I can't justify spending this much
Fuck yeah,
money.
I love that name of the plant.
On
Reasonably
plants anymore.
priced at Bunnings plant.
Yeah, not like an inner city nursery
Yeah,
plant.
exactly.
It's like, no.
This one's been through some shit.
Yeah, no, it's a good little plant. It's
Lovely.
Almost obstructing our vision here.
It's a bit of set decoration for a non-existent camera, isn't it?
Which brings us to an interesting point.
Yeah.
We're in the same room.
I can see.
How
I can
weird is
touch you.
this? We are touching everybody. That's a bit spicy.
It's a bit weird.
We're what? A couple, not even a minute into season 2.
Yeah.
The trailer, of course.
The trailer,
not the
of course.
actual.
This is
season
not the
2.
real one. It doesn't
wouldn't-
count.
We wouldn't be stupid and say that it was the actual.
Doesn't count for
season 2.
anything.
Just getting
This
you
is just
excited.
secrets. This is secrets.
Exactly.
Just between you and me.
But yeah, we are living in a. Well, I'm not going to completely dox us, but
Yeah.
an inner city hipster suburb, and take from that what you will.
I mean, there are a few.
Adelaide, of course.
Adelaide.
Of Adelaide.
Yeah, only possible.
Yeah, so we didn't move in here to have a house to live in or whatever. We needed a stew.
We needed a studio.
And
we needed a place to do our podcast in quiet because, my God, Zencaster was killing us last season.
Oh my God, that was horrendous. So yeah, we've got ourselves little microphones. You can probably hear the crickle crackle because we're still sorting these kind of things out. We've got us a little radio DJ deck.
Yeah, we do.
We've got the laptop with 14 bars of.
You've got a bunch of stuff coming in front of you. I don't want to know what's happening.
Yeah, I feel like cackling Jack
You
from
have
Hamish.
a bit of cackling Jackie with you.
Yeah, a bit of cackling Jack. But season 2, Joshua, what do we have in store? What's different?
Oh,
What's the new and improved?
New and improved. You know, we got new games coming up.
We do have new games.
We
That's
have a
exciting.
new set of stories, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Bring back a bunch of classics.
less
though.
hospitality tales, though. Unfortunately,
I'd imagine.
or fortunately,
less, unfortunately,
that's actually an interesting point. The last episode of the Home and Away season was my first day at my new job. And now I've been there like 4 months.
True.
It was in November,
so
like
much has
mid-November.
happened. So much has
happened. Well, that's why we
few
probably
months.
should explain why we've had a little bit of
True.
a break. First of all, well, we moved. That
Yeah, we
takes
did.
time. You've got to adjust.
Takes a while.
And the and the holiday break, of course.
Holiday.
The 3
Mandatory
month, the mandatory
podcast
podcasting break. Frydenberg was talking about it the other
I've been
day.
told. I was trying to lobby him for 10 years.
And it just doesn't work. I mean, if Hamish and Andy can't lobby them,
I
then,
don't think
then,
we have any kind of...
I mean, they're number 1 in
background.
Australia. We're currently number 2 in Australia, and we've had
Yeah.
a break, so we'll get over them soon.
we're above Luke and Lewis and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Tom and Frenchie know we're above all of them.
Every
But,
single one of them.
but yeah, then also I started working a full-time big boy job, following in your footsteps.
We're both in
And,
full-time. You're
yeah.
a big businessman. Last season...
I'm a big businessman,
You've made fun of me for being a big businessman.
and then
And now
I
you're
did
a
it
bit
as
of a
well,
full-time big businessman yourself.
and I love it.
I'll tell you what.
But needed
money's
some
great.
time to adjust. Yeah.
Time to adjust. Time to get into our... Time to yell at post people.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
my God, it's taken forever for stuff that we wanted to come.
Oh, it is. They
bit of a palaver.
They took them. Oh my God, I'm going into this now. Josh ordered the podcasting gear.
We already had the fancy DJ deck thing.
We
that
have
we're using,
the flight pilot set up.
right. You're currently ahead of it, but I'm sure we'll all take a bit of the range at
We'll
some
have
point.
a
throughout the
bit
season.
of a range in front of the flight sim.
Did the flight sim.
But you ordered the microphones,
I did.
and which probably sound like garbage, but
You'd imagine.
anything
I think they're
sounds.
okay.
It's sounding okay between us at
I'm
the
sure
moment.
they're okay.
But yeah, we live in an apartment building, and you put
We
the
do?
address to the apartment building on it, but not the unit number. It's not a big apartment. He could have easily just knocked on a
It's
couple
like-
doors.
I accept the fact that I didn't put the apartment building, but not only didn't I put but I still put the number of the house.
Yeah.
The number of the house is in front of the fucking house.
So he would have got there and been like,
That's the
There's
number.
only a handful of people who live in here. There's a couple of buttons on the front gate that I could press, and
One
he
of
would
6.
get them. One of 6. And
He couldn't be
half of them
bothered.
aren't even occupied currently.
Yeah, we have the whole top level for ourselves.
Which is fantastic.
It's a bit of
I'm
a
sure the
fun
neighbours
times.
aren't going to love the potty. I mean,
They might become people that we use on the pod.
not directly below us.
We might.
Maybe we'll convert it.
They'll probably be the villain of the podcast.
the villain
I'm
of
sure
the
we'll get
podcast.
into that at some point.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stories that will, if you hear us speaking a little bit quieter, like, our neighbour, you'll understand why.
Sometimes we like to do ASMR,
Yeah.
and that's part of the podcast.
I thought we
now as
agreed
well.
just to keep that to 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Shit.
on Tuesday nights.
Sorry about that, yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all
Okay,
good.
right.
Paper thin walls. You know what I
Paper
mean?
thin walls. To be honest, they're fucking thick, man.
Okay, this is the strange thing about this place, because I feel like in the first episode 1, we're getting straight into it, so we may as well
It's
just
true.
have a bit of a catch up. It's
Exactly.
been a long time. It's like
100%.
It's a one-sided.
This is episode 0 of season 2.
Episode 0. Mate, our
trailer
naming
/
conventions
0.
that we did last season confused me
Are we
so much.
supposed to continue? I know we're season 2.
Do we just randomly
Do we continue
choose
the
numbers?
numbers?
Do we just randomly do
That
numbers?
seems even more confusing. Man. Are we supposed to build
I
up
think we
from
just need a
last
clean
number?
slate. So this is nothing, and then we go season 2, episode 1. Season 2,
this a
episode
trailer?
2. This is a trailer.
Or is this season? Is
Are
this
we
episode
meant to be
0?
speaking like this?
We're in a world where 2 men,
Who are both not very funny.
one of them is a vegetarian, the other one tries his best.
When they team up, something terrible happens that hurts your ears. It's
The Comedinons.
Hamish and Andy. But if you want a great listening for your ears, it's the Comedinons. Yeah, no, it's more like. I don't think that sound effect. Oh, see, we're learning. I'm learning how to fly the plane.
Just so you all know what's just happened. Jono looked at me so excited as he looked onto the flight deck
'Cause I had a joke.
Zipping a couple of pre-planned buttons, right?
Oh, that's funny.
And he went to go press a button, but the knob that usually has the volume,
The
he had
fader.
turned down
The
to
fader
fade
was
down
down.
for the other thing.
What did I say to you when we were leaving for dinner before about the fader? I said I need to remember to keep it up because I guarantee you I'm going to mess it up.
And
okay,
needless
let's
to
go
say-
back. So what were we saying? You're saying something. I don't know.
I'll
There was
just
some
go-
reason to play this.
You did a bad job of it. I feel like you've wasted the joke now.
I think that more sums up the
What you just did there is
the
really just for
experience
your own.
that I just had.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
That's a shame, man.
I'm gonna keep the knob up here.
keep the knob up there.
Oh, but where I was going with that, you mentioned the thick walls. The walls in between. So our rooms are next to each other.
Yep, we share a wall.
It's essentially a shoebox that we live in.
So to give a layout of the land for people who
All right.
aren't our friends and don't know where we're living.
Yep.
We've got like a main room with like a attached.
It's like an open plan kitchen, living, lounge room.
Next to the
thing.
kitchen on one side is the bathroom.
Right next to the kitchen table, which is
And the
great.
other
Great
half
spot.
of the apartment is just 2 separately, basically the exact same shaped and size rooms.
Yeah, it's like 50-50 split between living area and bedrooms.
Bedrooms.
So then we have like 25% each. It's quite nice. But yeah, it's really, really good. In between our rooms, it's the thickest wall. It's literally a brick wall or concrete wall or something. Josh is yelling at customers all the time at work, and I'm typing really heavily on spreadsheets.
And we can't hear shit.
We can't hear each other, but you come outside at the
And
front.
suddenly all the volume seeps through the door.
All the volume seeps through the door, and this. I haven't. Have you tested this wall? I'm gonna
Never
I'm gonna
tested
test
this
this wall. That is a stone wall. So
It's a stone
very,
wall.
very, very thin doors. But
So for people just listening there, Johnny leant over to the wall near him and knocked on it,
I know
and it sounded like a stone wall.
Can I tell you something?
You can certainly try.
It felt like a stone wall as well. That's mainly how I knew. But no, as we wrap up this little trailer, I hope you're all excited. We're probably going to be doing what we're calling it a semester of.
We're
of
following a
episodes.
vague semester schedule, but I imagine that we're going to be pretty consistent with the amount of stuff we throw out, even without that.
And I can guarantee that it's probably not going to be much better than last episode, But
I think we've found a bit more of our footing this time.
we found. Oh, do you want to do a little bit of behind the scenes about our thought process of
may as well.
how we landed?
I mean-
we landed on a formula. So this is what I was thinking the other day when I was going for my my mental health walk. You know, you're like the walk. You know, do you ever do that? You're like, oh, I probably should go for a walk. It'll make me feel better. And you go for a walk, and you're lost in your thoughts for a bit. It makes you feel worse. But then you get back and you're like, I'm glad I went for that walk.
Yeah, exactly. I also find that, so what they also don't know is we sort of have a shifted timetable to each other. So I finish later.
It's a bit funky.
And you start earlier to me, right?
Yeah, so I'm
So when
8:30
you have
till
your
5,
walks
and you're
versus I have my
11
walks,
till 7.
I'll
Yeah.
have these really late walks and you'll have these really early walks.
Yeah, correct. I go
But
in.
it's the
I go
same-
in
it's the
like
same process.
6:30 a.m.
But yeah, to get into our
And you go
a
at
little
like-
bit of background to our process from last season to this season.
Yeah, so
We
we'd
had a
start
bit of-
doing what it was 3 segments each.
Three
we'd bring
segments
to the
each.
table.
And I think we realized that that's way too long.
Oh, especially because we were doing it in lockdown. Like,
Yeah.
so for the whole season, the whole home and away season was a perfect uni semester.
Right.
And it was, 12 weeks in a row of lockdown, of not doing anything or going anywhere or experiencing
Yeah, they
anything
were
new.
all
And-
lockdown, weren't they? Did we ever get out of lockdown at that
No,
point?
we didn't
Are you
actually.
sure?
For the
I thought
whole
there was
the
at some
holiday
point towards
special,
the end.
the holiday special, I think we did.
Yeah, my interview session.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it was too much content to bring to the table.
I think also at that point we didn't really know what we were doing, right?
we didn't know what we were doing.
And I think for anyone knows, the only time that I think we did by the end go against our schedules when we did the Christmas special. That was quite long.
That was different
But
though.
before that, we had basically the last few realized that two segments each.
2 segments, not too many
Not-
return
and
segments
I
either.
I don't think between the two of us we can both agree that we're not saying that we never will do more than 2. We'll never do. We won't ever.
No, it
do
was
more
more
than 4.
about finding what we're capable of doing.
And making it sound
and
sort of succinct.
making it good. Like there was definitely episodes at the start that only had 2 things each, but we'd cut out like 3 segments
Exactly.
or whatever, and like we we're tired and whatever. So it definitely worked better having a lighter plane, to stick with the
100%.
aviation analogies. But no, it was a really good way to get through lockdown. It was interesting times in both of our lives. And
100%.
honestly, that was the only thing that I actually looked forward to, or it was a slight glimmer of hope in a very, very gloomy
100%.
area. So
And I think that while we're definitely luckily not in lockdown now.
no, we're not.
Now that we're living together, though,
Yeah.
it brings new opportunities. for us
Who's
do
going to
things-
give each other COVID first? I think I'm going to give it to you.
Maybe.
I get that vibe. I shouldn't say that. We have a housewarming tomorrow.
The other thing is I think that while last season, I think it was nice to get a bunch of stuff segments wise, things that people might expect to come back, and I'm sure things will come back.
Yeah, that's right.
But now that we don't have lockdown, sort of.
Hey, they wouldn't have heard that. If I needed to do a cheeky sneeze, I'd turn my fader down. It was a stifled sneeze.
Now that we're not in lockdown, we can do fun things that don't solely involve, either over the call or just being inside. We can be
We
doing
touched on it
things-
so much, but over the call, that was so bad. doing
especially
the
towards the
podcast.
end. I mean, we make the joke about Zencaster, and
Oh, you have no idea.
one day they'll come to us and they'll be like, "Hey guys, do you want to respond?"
Hey everybody, have you ever thought about doing a podcast but you want to do it online? I highly recommend Zcaster. I used it for years. I'll do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
100%. No, it just doesn't stop me before. But I think that we've got lots of opportunities to do a bunch of new stuff we haven't done before. Maybe a bunch of stuff that we've wanted to do for a while that we haven't got to do.
some auxiliary stuff.
Some things that now that we're in the same house are going to be super easy.
like late night ASMR.
That's right. And,
Yeah.
I think for the rest of it, we'll just talk like this.
We need to wrap this shit up.
And I think on that note, I'm getting the look of Jono that
I remembered to have the fader up this time.
pull it up.
So how good do you reckon I am? Do you reckon
I'll
I
give
can
you
do
2 out of 10.
the perfect radio man and fade out at the perfect
You're not
time?
cackling, Jack, mate. Just fuck off.
Good night,
See ya.
everyone. Like 14.